Before the fame, before the awards, before Hollywood knew his name, there was just a young man chasing something bigger. This is the story of how Edward Norton went from complete unknown to delivering one of the most unforgettable debuts in film history in Primal Fear. Edward Norton wasn't your typical Hollywood hopeful. He wasn't born into the film industry. He didn't have powerful connections. Instead, he grew up in Maryland, raised in a family that valued education and discipline. He attended Yale University, where he studied history. But behind the books, behind the structure, there was always something pulling him toward acting. After graduating, Norton didn't immediately move to Hollywood. Instead, he worked in Japan for a time, quietly building life experience far from the spotlight. But eventually, that pull became too strong to ignore. So he made a decision that would change everything. He moved to New York to pursue acting. And like many actors starting out, he struggled. Small roles, auditions that went nowhere, endless rejection. He was just another unknown trying to break through. Then came Primal Fear, a courtroom thriller directed by Gregory Hoblit starring major names like Richard Gere. The film needed someone new, someone raw to play Aaron Stampler, a quiet, stuttering altar boy accused of a brutal crime. But this wasn't just any role. It required layers, innocence, fear, and something much darker hiding underneath. Hollywood wasn't looking for an unknown. They considered multiple actors for the role, rising talents and familiar faces who could bring box office security. Paramount explicitly wanted Leonardo DiCaprio for the role, but he declined because he was exhausted from filming What Eats Gilbert Grape and found the script problematic. Matt Damon revealed in interviews that he pursued the role of Aaron desperately. Will Wheaton was offered the part but passed on it to focus on acting school. According to reports, James Van Der Beek and Pedro Pascal were also among the 2,100 actors seen for the part. The studio wanted someone proven, someone safe. Edward Norton was neither. But Norton had something else, something they didn't expect: his audition. When Norton walked into that room, he didn't just read lines. He transformed. He became Aaron. Soft-spoken, nervous, fragile. But then, something changed. His energy shifted, his voice hardened, his eyes darkened, and in that moment, the casting team saw it. This wasn't just acting. This was something rare, something unforgettable. Director Gregory Hoblit was stunned. Out of hundreds of auditions, one stood above the rest. The unknown actor had just outperformed everyone. Edward Norton got the role. On set, Norton was surrounded by seasoned professionals: Richard Gere, veteran crew members, a major studio production. It could have been intimidating, but Norton didn't back down. He leaned into the character, pushing deeper into Aaron's psyche. Every scene, every line, every subtle shift, he committed completely. And then came that scene, the twist, the moment that would define the film and his career. Without giving too much away, it was the scene where everything changes, where the audience realizes they've been watching something entirely different all along. And Norton delivered it perfectly. Cold, controlled, chilling. When Primal Fear was released in 1996, everything changed overnight. Critics were blown away. Audiences couldn't stop talking about the performance, and suddenly, Edward Norton wasn't unknown anymore. He earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor for his very first film. Think about that. From zero to the Oscars in one role. The movie didn't just launch his career. It redefined what a debut could be. Studios took notice. Directors wanted him. And Norton became known for something rare: intensity, precision, and the ability to completely disappear into a role. But it all goes back to that one moment, one audition, one chance, where an unknown actor walked into a room and left as a star. Because in Hollywood, you don't always need connections. Sometimes you just need one performance that no one can ignore.